Hi friends, it's Tracy from the Financial Freedom Diary, and today we are going to be reviewing both of my goal planners. Um, you guys wanted me to try the MakseLife, which I got right here, and hopefully you guys can see it. I got the what's her name? She's on YouTube. Cindy, I think it's Gunther Baldo. I think that's how you pronounce her last name. Don't trust me on that. And I'll make sure I put it on the screen. I got her cover because I have watched some of her YouTube videos. And I love her lives and stuff when she does all her stickers or she's drawing out her planners and stuff. So she crosses boundaries with different planners, and I guess I shouldn't say she crosses boundaries, but she just goes across the multitude. She uses what works for her, and I actually like that. Like just do what you want, and I like it. And she's herself in her videos and the freedom she has to express herself how she chooses, and I like it. So as soon as I saw they had a cover that was designed by her, I made sure I got that to support a fellow YouTuber. um, I also have the 2023 power sheets. This is the gold planner from Cultivate What Matters, and so you can see they're both this one's a little bit more shimmery, and so I was comparing it against my 2022, which is over here. So she's the one that I'm used to. So she's the one that you guys normally see me fill out every month. But this is 2023, so the layout is really different in them. When it came to accessories, I did get some accessories with the MakseLife. This is my first time using it, so I'm not very familiar with it. I do have an email, so there's some stuff where I can learn more about it. I just have to get the free time to do it. I did pick up the 2022 year-end reflections. I just wanted to know, like, okay, what was the 2022 like? What did they fill in? Things like that. And what questions will it ask that's different than what I'm used to being asked from me from the power sheets? The power sheets, I think I like the power sheets. I really do like it. So this is going to be kind of a challenge to use two goal planners in 1 year for me. And so with my MakseLife, so we got the 2022 year in reflections. I can't say all that at once. Also got myself a stencil and bookmark. I tend to lose these every year. So whenever I get anything that's like a bookmark or a stencil thing, I always use them. I lose them every single time. I think I maybe get one use out of them and I take them out of the house and somehow they never come back with me. I also got myself some bookmarks, and one of them says this year, monthly goals and my vision. And so hopefully that'll help me keep my place because I was wondering how I would do that um, with the goals and stuff as I go through because I typically tend not to go back to those very first pages. The thing about the 2023 power sheets, and this is just a sticker book because y'all know I always get the sticker book, and I'm not sure, trying to make sure it's picking that up. So sorry if I'm putting on the rest in B face, but it was looking like it was real blurry. But they always had the wild card pack. And so what I do with these is I normally take them out and I will pull out the goals at a glance sheets out of here. So when I fill these out at the beginning of the year, when I fill out my planner, I go back and I'll put them on here. And so that's what I use as I go along from month to month. So I don't have to flip back and forth between the pages. And there are several of these wild card packs. I think several pages to the wild card page pack. I don't know why I can't say that today, but there's like 25 sheets in here. And I think about 3 of them are goals at a glance. Yeah, 3. And I always use these, so I always have these filled in. No, there's 4. There's 4. I lied. There's 4 of them. Counting. She ain't working today. She ain't working. But yeah, that's how I use these. There's some other ones like books and decluttering. I think this year I'm going to give them a try. I know they were in my other previous packs, and these are just basic black and white ones. Last year they had color on them, or maybe the last few years they had color on them. And so you can see I still have them. Use my little paper clip, and that's how I use them all year to remember my color schemes. And when I use my dots, I know what dot matches up to each one. So that's how I normally use them. But you can see I have all these other sheets and I don't use them at all. I need to do better because I think I'm ordering some kind of bundle and I don't pay that much attention to what I'm doing because I got some new stickers to come with these, and it's the goal setting sticker book for Cultivate What Matters, and I always get one, but I still got two more. And I've been trying to use these up, and I think I've gotten some of these worn down, but not fully used up. So you can see which ones I tend not to use up. And I'm trying to hold this in such a way because I think some of the pages will fall out of this one and this other one that I got for this year, 2022. So yeah, I have a lot of those. So it's kind of, I'm adding to a stash. And so just thinking about, okay, using two planners, how am I going to do this and how I'm going to make the most of it. Now, right out the gate, I'm very familiar with the Cultivate What Matters, the Powersheets. And so there's a camp that gets started online. And so you watch that and then you work through your goal planner book. And so I'm very used to that one. And so I think I'll have an easier time with this one. And I was making a comparison against last year's or this current year. I don't know why I keep saying last year when it's 2022 right now. But you can see like my tabs were all different colors for the different months and stuff. And so the one I got this year is a little bit more subdued than that one. And I kind of like it like this. And so you can see all my tabs are very neutral color here. So I do like that a lot. And I think it'll be easier for me to use. Now, and that's only based on familiarity. You know, I've been using it. I've done 2021, 2022, and this is 2023. So this is my third one. This is my very first MakseLife. And it has a lot in there that I'm not used to doing. And so I think, like, as far as the curious person within myself, I'm going to actually enjoy learning something new. And so, you know, it starts off with the 2023 and the power in these pages belong to. So you can write your name, your contact information, and stuff like that. And then the first section is your goal setting. And I like that. It's getting straight to it. You get your welcome page, of course, and then you're straight into your goal setting, and there is a lot. And I like to read, so this is going to be very, very interesting to me. And so it has like the steps, and so you got your compass assessment, setting intentions, annual goals and visions, monthly goals and weekly actions, and also monthly reflections and quarterly review. So I did check through this planner to see, because MakseLife has it too. Not MakseLife, Cultivate What Matters. Y'all gonna be mad at me because I'm gonna be like, she can't get the words right. No. She can't. She can't. And every quarter I had to set my goals and stuff within the power sheets. Maybe that's why I should call it power sheets. So that way I don't have to say Cultivate What Matters. Because that's a lot. That's a mouthful. And this one too, just like my power sheets, I have a more neutral tab here, and I like that, which is kind of weird since I like decorative planning with my budgets. I like decorations on the page itself. My tabs can be pretty neutral. I like it to stay kind of like it's business, and then when you turn to that month, it's a party. So that's how I like looking at that kind of stuff. But there's a lot in here. The compass assessment is here, the life compass, and I've never done one of these. And you're rating it on the 1 to 10 for each one of these. So like personal, fun, and recreation. Whoever heard that? Work and learning, family and relationships, health and wellness. The truth. She comes back for me. Spiritual and personal growth, financial and physical environment. And that was something I thought was different about the power sheets. I saw something about the physical environment. I'm like, I don't remember that. I don't remember that. Yeah. It was a big picture vision page. It had home and spaces. I don't remember home and spaces in 2022. A home and space is definitely something that I need to take care of. Making sure I don't keep a lot of clutter around me because it makes me antsy and makes me avoid certain spots and places in my place when it's all very cluttered and too much for me. Also, I need to, like the honeycomb hideout, she needs to be cleaned, and everything needs to be put up and organized. Um, so I can get to things quickly because I'm always losing something. And I'm like, now I know it had a big picture vision in here. Oh, it did. It had the big picture, and it's what will have mattered, what won't have mattered. Um, Health and wellness, vocal relationships, friends, family, finances, work and learning, spiritual and personal growth, and recreation. So I was right. It didn't have the home and spaces, and that is a part of my life. I have adult children, so if you guys don't know that much about me, hi, I'm Tracy. Um, I think by the time y'all see this video, it'll be my 48th birthday. Yay! I always tend to forget my birthday. But having adult children and reprioritizing my life and prioritizing myself first has been a challenge. And so that's why I do this right here. So I can always remember every month to put some back into me. I'm so used to putting everything out, and it's a lot. It's to the point where it's like, okay, when do I come first? But anywho, that's something I'm seeing in between these two that they have in common. I don't remember that before, but I've never done the Moxie Life with this little circle, and I know it requires you to color it in, so I look forward to that. I have some outliners here. I also have my dots that I keep back here. So I have these, and I had lost my outliners while we were moving. I have no idea how, and I had bought a new pack to replace them, but I got these highlighters too. So I'm not sure which one I'll be using, but I have all the things to help me, just sit down and make everything the way I need it to be. The Moxie Light. So I like the circle, and y'all know I like pieces of a whole. So that's that visual representation is really good for somebody like me. Um, and then they have the assessment scoring. So, like personal, my basic needs are taken care of. I generally feel happy and fulfilled. I have a positive attitude and outlook on life. I give myself grace for my limits and imperfections. I regularly take time for life planning, reflections, and self care. I am comfortable spending time alone. I really am. There are hobbies and interests I engage in regularly. There are personal goals or projects that I want to achieve and complete, and then you give yourself your personal score, and you do the same thing for fun and recreation, work and learning, family relationships, and I think that'll make this real easy for me to do. And so it may come down to in certain categories, I may be able just to move it and boom as I work through both. So I don't know. And y'all can tell me which one you plan on using. If you have something totally different, let me know in the comment section below. It's always interesting to learn what other people are using, because the Monster Life is definitely going to be a challenge for me. But it's not like it's a bad challenge, it's just different, right? And then it talks about the intentions and my word for 2023. And so there's also a word in this one in the Power Sheets, 2023 Power Sheets. I know there's a card in here. One of the things I think, because of the way I stored it, um, my little sticker thing got some damage on the corner, and that is the one thing I don't like. I don't like stuff bent up. I don't like that. So I'll probably end up getting rid of this because I don't like that. And I know that's like a little stupid, to get that worked up. I just don't like it at all. So, but it did have my word of the year. And it was a card you could put that on. And I think that'd be pretty cool to write your word of the year and then be able to put this up somewhere so that way you can remember what that word is all year. Because I typically don't remember what my word of the year is, like what it is for 2022. Mhm. So, gonna tell the truth, shame the devil. So, yeah, so that is pretty cool. And I know it's also in the power sheets too. So it's in the book and it's also this card that I could use and set. Then you get some instructions for setting goals, writing goals, and 3 types of goals. So they have stretch goals, progress goals, and maintenance goals, and that makes sense. Um, and then they give you some examples on the writing goals page, which is like go to the gym versus exercise more. So which one is a good goal versus which one isn't. So go to the gym 3 times a week. So it's kind of like that, those SMART goals where you know how many, what you're very, very specific on what you're going to be doing. Eat salad every day for lunch. That type of thing. And yeah, you got like the setting goals page is pretty interesting. And then you have your annual goals, so that's your long-term vision, your monthly goals, and your weekly actions. And I like that. I like that. So I think the biggest thing for me with using a Moxie Life is the different little format. And so it may be kind of redundant between the two, as I fill them out. And so when I do my videos, it's kind of like, what am I going to be showing you guys? When I have to talk about my goals for the month. So that is going to be a little challenging for me to think through. And, it takes me a few months before I'd say, okay, this is my rhythm and this is what it's going to be. And, I'll always pick what is easier for me. And so then it moves into your annual goals in the Moxie Life. And I will make sure I put that so you guys can actually see as I flip through here. And how will my life improve by reaching these health and wellness goals, my financial goals, physical environment? And then there's a place for my vision board, goal setting quick tips, and then it moves into the months. And so it's a regular monthly calendar. And so this is where it gets tricky for me because I have been using my Power Sheets monthly calendar and I haven't been doing the best in November. But what I've been doing is I will put on here how much time I spent meditating or being mindful, just kind of helping with my stress and everything. And I keep track of that on the monthly calendar. You can see where I kind of just dropped off, but I'm gonna pick that back up and end the month strong. What if I would hit myself in the face? That would have been hilarious. But that's how I've been using this monthly calendar in here. It's been very, very succinct. Everything is all in one page. And I just get to tell what I did, especially like when I'm exercising, when I was doing morning workouts, evening workouts, total out my miles for the day. And then it helps when I do the total of miles for the week. So I've always had that here on this monthly one here. They both have the old rings here, that binding here. And you can see I'm struggling with this right now, which is the thing that a lot of people don't like about the O-rings. I really don't care except for when I'm trying to close it. So it's like it doesn't even phase me until it gives me a problem when I'm trying to close it, like that one. And typically, I think I run into a problem with them when I'm getting close to the end. But other than that, I don't even think I think about it anymore. And so you'll see, like for January, and I'll make sure I have this on the screen for you guys, the January goals and all the different subcategories for me. And I know why they did this, so that way you write in the goals you want to focus on for this month, right? And for me, I don't want to leave blank lines. And so I would be tempted to try to put something in every last one of them. So I'm going to have to remember that as I go through the months. Just because I have something in that area doesn't mean I may necessarily address that. And that's what I always liked about the power sheets, because it was more forgiving on that. But I get why they did it this way. And they have your kind of like your motivational phrase. In January, it's Maya Angelou. Success is liking yourself, liking what you do, and liking how you do it. And I like that very, very much so. Then there's a page to reflect on wins, what worked, what didn't work, lesson learned, and adjustments needed. And yeah, I like that. You got your weekly actions. So they hit all of those areas too. And it's like your personal health and wellness, fun, recreation, spiritual, and personal growth. So all of that is in here. Um, and once again, it'll be something that's going to be a struggle for me. It is, I don't have to fill in everything, and I would have to constantly tell myself that from week to week to week to week, because I know how I am and I don't like waste at all. And then you have your weekly spread here, your little calendar that goes across the weeks. And I think that this will be good, but it's like, what am I going to use it for? Will this now be where I put my workouts? Is this where this is going to go? And then I do the sum total on the calendar. Do I document how? Because they got habit trackers for the week. And I like that because I can track my water consumption, my vitamins, if I took it or not. Did I meditate in the morning? Do I meditate in the evening? Do I do my evening routine? Am I doing those things that help keep me relaxed? Because a lot of times when I get busy, I tend not to take care of myself. And so that's pretty cool. I like that. So I think that's probably what this is going to be. It's going to be where I document my wellness, my health and wellness, all the things about me, my personal care and stuff like that. So I think that'll go here. I think that's what I'll use that for. And I think in my power sheets, this is where I think I can document like when I'm getting my PDUs for my PMP certification. I've been thinking about getting another certification. So I know y'all probably like, girl, how many have you had since you've been on YouTube? Y'all seen me get two. I tend to collect them like some people collect Pokemon cards. I don't know what it is. When I don't have anything to focus on for work and stuff, I tend to focus on what's bad. But when I'm doing like, certifications and stuff like that, it's like, okay, now how can I use this to make my work better and more efficient? How can I help things along in that way with my job and everything else? So it has a bigger impact, and maybe that's what I could use the 2023 power sheets for, is to document all that stuff. How am I going to go about things? How do I feel from a work thing? I like to keep my work and my personal separate, because work tends to overflow and takes over personal, and personal tends not to exist. And I always think, well, the light bill has to be paid, the rent has to be paid, and it's not paid off these good looks. It's paid off of what I do at work. And so I think that'll be how I use the calendars in both of them. Is I would just keep them separate, make sure I'm doing the things that I need to do, track my mood throughout the day, and did I need to do some mindfulness in Fitbit to de-stress? Because I do have those days. And I do like how neutral the monthly planners are with a little splash of color. I like that. That's in the MakseLife. I do like that because for me, I typically like budgeting. I like it to be real pretty and have a lot of colors and stuff on there. But when it's like other things, I tend to go for neutral. Nothing too ostentatious. Just get her done. And it's kind of weird. And I think it's because I struggled with money for so long that I like it to be fun. I like to gamify certain things. And so now let's get to April. What I'm trying to get to is, what is the quarterly? Yeah, so the Q1 compass. And this is kind of like a roundup. And I like that. I want to be able to go quarter to quarter, see the results so I don't forget the goal for the year. Yes, I can turn back and look. Will I? No. That's why I like it to have it as I go along. And that's one of the things I liked about the power sheets. And sorry for shaking you guys. But being able to put my goals at a glance on that sheet right there. And you can't see it, but on my desk, there is a place and it just stands right there so I can see it. I can just look over and stuff like that and see where I'm where I'm headed. What am I supposed to be doing? Maybe I'm thinking about doing some stuff that typically I'm reacting because I'm stressed. And so I'm acting out because I'm stressed and that kind of thing. So yeah. All right, so we got March, April, May, and they do have monthly reflections at the end of the month in the Powersheets, and then we keep going. I was looking for, excuse me, for sniffling, the Q2 quarterly compass. You've been working on your life goals and intentions for 90 days. Follow the steps below to assess how things are going. I like that. And then you get to document your scores, whether they increase or decrease or stay the same. And sometimes the best you can do is to stay the same. So I definitely like the Moxie planner. I like the look of it. I like the tabs, the structure of all of it. And that at the end, you get to document per quarter what you've been doing on your goals for that particular year. So, yeah, and you got some extra pages back here. I like extra paper. Sometimes I typically don't use it, but I like it. They also got a folder in the back, and I like the very first thing: dare to dream, learn and grow, celebrate progress, do it imperfectly. Because to me, I like that. Because sometimes my goals they kind of change throughout the year. As I see my focus tends to change, or maybe I need to change, or whatever. So I like that. Give grace, give yourself grace, trust the process. So I like that. They got some stickers back here, not a lot, and I don't need too many more stickers. So I'm good with that. And I thought, and it may have been in the Cultivate What Matters that they got this. So to choose which one of these I'm going to fill out at the beginning of the year, that's what my brain is like. Which one? Which one? It's going to be difficult. And I think I may alternate months, but I'm going to fill out both of them. And I probably have both the videos up in here. So it's going to be a lot of writing up in here. Maybe the constant writing is definitely going to help me remember my goals. So, like with the Powersheets for 2023, the very first thing you're getting into it. And I know there's an online Cultivate What Matters. It's like a school, it's a goal setting school. And you can watch these videos and stuff that kind of help you fill out this book. And so I like that. And they have a core truth as you go through, and I really do like that. That's what it's called, the Goal School. Your fresh start begins here. Then they talk about what cultivate means, and then they tell you included with the planner is the Goal School, cultivatewhatmatters.com/powersheets. And so you go and do that. And they talk about the mission of the company. You also get to the core truth. Any day can be a fresh start. And that's true. Sometimes I think we get so caught up in doing things like, oh, it's the beginning of the year, so we got to do something new. But sometimes you can start any day you want to, whether it be the middle of the week, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, whatever floats your boat. And then brainstorm your year ahead. I don't know why I kept thinking about head. Brainstorm your head a year. I don't, my brain does things. Break free from distractions, name what's holding you back. I like that because when you start to name what's holding you back, and here they put in here to clear the clutter, those things, those ideals, those that little inner voice that's been telling us, you can't do this, you can't do that. I know I remember when I first came to YouTube and you guys saw that I had like 90 some $1,000 in debt. And every time I would pay down 10, there will always be that person that came into the comment section. Oh, that's a whole lot of debt. It was like, man, it was 127. What you talking about? If it's 70 some thousand right now, oh, I'm very, very happy. And I'm gonna tell you, when I got to 99,000, I was super, super happy. And there was that person would be reaffirming that little person in the back of my brain telling me Oh, you're not going to be able to get out of this. You're not going to be able to do that. So I like that page name, What's Holding You Back, because sometimes we do have that inner voice talking to us that is telling us things that contradicts where we're trying to go. And that can hold us back. So come alive again. Name what fires you up. Learn from the past, good things. Challenges, what I learned, gratitude. And so this is kind of like the 2022 reflections that Power Sheets, not Power Sheets, MakseLife has. See, I'm getting confused. And once again, you evaluate where you are now. It's the same as what was going on in the MakseLife. So that's very similar between the two. I'm liking that the categories kind of overlap because it's like I just fill out one and I'm just transposing over to the other one. Cultivate your mindset. What has shaped your beliefs about your identity? Comparing yourself to others, social media, what others have said about you, your childhood appearance, your faith, your past performance, your spouse or partner, and then you can add in some other things about that because sometimes people mean well, but they say things that damage us for a very long time, and you can rewrite your self-talk on the very next page. I really do like that. Trying to, okay, I have this negative thought, oh, you're never going to get out of that, and what's the positive self-talk? I'm going to get out of that. It may not be today, it may not be tomorrow, but I will be out of that. Like being able to positively affirm that you can do something and making sure the actions support that. You're not always going to be perfect because I'm not perfect. Y'all see me screwing up all the time. And then name what matters, envision the big picture, which is similar. And we did talk about the big picture and living out the year. There was something that I saw that was different in this year's Power Sheets versus the current year's Power Sheets. This future Power Sheets versus the current one. It's 2023 in my head, y'all. But they still had the seasons. They didn't have like the little plant on there. I remember seeing the plant in 2022. And that's like how you do your little tracking for what you would like to accomplish each quarter. And so for me, that makes the goals a little bit easier because some things I maybe don't need all year to do, I can do them in a quarter, and I can place them strategically at a certain place. And I may have 6 goals, and then there's a total of 10, 11, 12 goals. And then I don't have to have each one per quarter. I can just stack them the way I want, get one of them knocked out. And so I'm done for the year. I don't have to think about that again. And maybe I just need a little maintenance to make sure I don't get myself back in the same thing. Especially when it comes to the house and decluttering and making sure I have everything right. There will be like monthly just maintenance, just keep things going, so that way I don't accumulate a lot of stuff, and making sure I get my son's crap out of my garage. Goal action plan, break it down to get it done. And this is very similar to what they had in 2022. And they also have like the progress, and I like that progress bar. That's probably like one of the things I like about this planner is that they always have the little progress bar, and I always like to be able to color it in as I get close to finishing things. I don't think, let's look before I lie. Oh, my 2022 word of the year was healthy, y'all. So this is going to be long. Yep. So the goal action plan in 2022, this year, didn't have the bar at the bottom. And so 2023 has the bar at the bottom. And so I like that. They've moved it around a little bit. Resources, what area that goal is, what will I do? And then they have you break it down. Here I don't see a break your goals down section, but I very rarely use that. So no, they do have it. They have it right here. What will I do? Break down your goal. And I like that they use what will I do, because sometimes you have to focus on what is the action I need to take, then it's get this done. And sometimes I don't have a lot of words on that because it's very simple in my head until I get to doing it. All right. So that little bar is different here. And then they have the customized pages, which they had in this one in 2022. And so you have your page where you're going to do your yearly goals. It's time to bloom, where you've been planted, and then you have the customize your page. And this is where you use those wild cards. I typically don't use those wild cards because my financial planning is very light here, but y'all know I have my budget planner, and that is what I plan on doing each month. And you guys will hear me summarize like how many no spends, what I want to save, that kind of stuff. I deal with that there. It all overflows and intertwine because I need the money to be able to do other things, but I tend not to use those cards probably the way I should. Maybe that's where the decluttering and stuff will come into. In January, you have your prepare well, and that was something I saw that was different than what it was in 2022 or 2021. The prepare. Did I say that right? Prepare well. It normally has like these four parts, right? And so you got your important to dos. I'm excited for on my mind. I'm hopeful that those four still exist on the prepare well, but now it is those four and plus those two I'm saying yes to and I'm saying no to is on this page. Before they used to be, now stuff is falling out. What's that? I thought I threw that away. Well, maybe there was two in here and I didn't see the second one. But they put that there. That normally used to be on your recap. So when you recap, it was in with I'm saying no to and I'm saying yes to, and then you go to the next month. But now it's in the prepare well section, and that makes sense. Makes sense. And then it's the brainstorm your month. They've changed that up a little bit from what it used to be. Yeah, because now they're using like the horizontal box there, and it's just three. And it's the monthly ideas, the weekly ideas, and the daily ideas. And they took away which areas these goals are. They took away that part. They still have on the tending list. They still have the encouraging words and the priority, which I always like that. The monthly action items, your weekly action items, and your daily action items or your habits. And so here, this is where it's going to get redundant because normally everything would be done on this one page here as far as like the habits and everything. But with the Moxie planner, it's every week. So, yeah. And maybe the action items here only deal with the personal care. Not personal care, but the, what am I thinking about? The stuff for my career and stuff like that. Maybe that's what that's about for me, how I'm going to use that going forward. Or maybe just it's just redundant, and I have to go and summarize again here. I don't know. So, but that may change. It depends on how much writing, because y'all know I'm always going to be that girl that goes with the least amount of effort. It sounds bad, but really I don't like to have too much extra to do because sometimes the time I have to do things, it's just not working on my side. So I have to make sure that I utilize my time well. They got the quarterly refresh, and this is kind of similar to what they have in a Moxie Life, and this is what I'm used to doing. And then you do score it, except it's not that pretty circle. You write down your previous, which would have been active, what you were at the beginning of the year, and then where you're at now, and that's on a scale of 1 to 10. And it's community, family, finances, fun, recreation, health, wellness, home and spaces, spiritual growth, and work and learning. So, whew, yeah, this is going to be a challenge. This is going to be a challenge, but I do like this one. It's very, very light. And normally my goal planner does not leave here, this room right here. This is where my goal planner is. I don't take it to work with me or anything like that. And it's not that I'm trying to keep certain aspects of myself hidden from other people. It's just to me, my goals are very, very personal. And so I share them with you guys because we are all on a parallel journey. It's similar, not the same. And like when you take things out and sometimes I hate saying it, but when you're trying to grow, there are always those people like, why you want to do that? It's that negative talk that'll make you second guess your dreams and your goals. And so I tend to kind of keep that to myself. I've learned to just keep it on mute, shut up about certain things. And it always gets me in trouble too because I do keep it to myself and they feel like, oh, well, you could have done this and you could have helped me. You could have done that. And it's like, no. No, I could not. But yeah, this one is very, very this year's power sheets to me. And if you got this one, let me know. Does it feel lighter than last year's? It just feels light compared to that. Not like it's a bad thing, but this feels light. Yeah, it just feels light. It feels real light. And I like it. I like it. So I have no problems with that. So yeah, I'll be watching my goal planners and reading both of them so I can sit down and do them. And then I'll just have to like make myself a cheat sheet somewhere and put that up so I can remember this is what you're doing. And if I don't like it by the end of Q1 in 2023, I can always change, right? So it's a little bit of that, a little bit of this. But I do like it. I like my little accessories that came with the Moxie planner because they had more accessories. I can't. Can I use that here? I think I can. I can use them in either one, but I like being able to say this is, what week I'm on, the monthly goals, and then my vision, and I can keep that. But I also like these. I think this appeals to my inner child. I've always liked stencils. Kind of weird, but I've always liked them, but I always lose them. My bookmarks, I lose them, and I read a lot. So yeah, and that was another thing that I saw in my wild cards. They had a list of the books that are read this year, books I want to read or something like that. That was in there. And so I'm going to make sure I fill that out. Hopefully, y'all didn't hear my stomach growling. She been cutting up over here, but she ain't eating yet. Self-control. Yeah, books read this year. And you can give it stars and stuff. I like that. Maybe that's what I'll put in there too. What to read next because I can keep because you guys always share books with me in a comment section too, and so I have to get those books and read them, and maybe that's what's going to go into my 2023 power sheets. And they both came in really nice boxes. The packaging was really well between the two companies, so you had the outer box and then you had the inner boxes. The MakseLife came in bubble wrap, and the power sheets came in tissue paper. And so the shipping was really good on for both. I think the way I stored the power sheets, because I had it on the side, may have contributed to those two cards getting damaged because I had the box. So it could fit in this little area right here. And then with the MakseLife, I actually unpacked it as soon as I got it because I was like, yay! And I just pulled the pieces out. When I am done with my planners, um, I do put them back in the boxes that they came in. And so for both of them, I will put them back in their boxes because I still have my pink box for the 10-year power sheets. And so when I'm done, I'll put it back in there and put it up on my bookshelf. So it makes my bookshelf really, really neat. Um, and that was another thing that I like about both companies is that they put them in the decorative boxes and it just keeps my bookshelves looking nice. But thank y'all so much. I know this is a super, super long video, 45 minutes. About 45 minutes. Y'all probably like, shut up. But let me know what you're using for your goal planner for 2023. And if y'all do have suggestions on books or anything like that, please feel free to put them in the comment section because I do go and look up. I do go and look at the videos you guys will share with me. There's so much that comes at me, and so a lot of times I'm writing things down and I just review all this stuff, but I don't really have a lot of time to go back and answer everybody. But I'm gonna try to do better in 2023 because 2022 was a bust when it came to me and YouTube and me answering comments like I used to before. But my work life has been killing me, y'all. They trying to take me out. But thank y'all so much for watching. I should be getting ready to close out my budget for the month of November pretty soon. And so those will be the videos that'll be coming up this week. I don't want to commit to anything right now because y'all know it's been very, very hectic, and it's going to get worse. We're short staffed now. So one of my coworkers, they left. She went to go work for a different company, and I get it. I get it. I get it. So hopefully she has a great time at her new job. And yeah, but I'm gonna get this thing all set up so when y'all see this again, when we get ready for the beginning of the year, I'm gonna be ready. I'm gonna be straight. But I will talk to you guys later. I will talk to you guys later. See, this is what happens when you talk too fast. And y'all have a super fantastic day. Hope you guys all had a wonderful Thanksgiving if you celebrated. And if you did not, I just hope you had a great weekend, girl. And I'll talk to you later. Bye.